The Nigerian Air Force air component of Operation Hadinkai executes devastating airstrikes on terrorist enclave north of Chiralia, just as the National Identity Management Commission warns against indiscriminate printing of unauthorized so-called NIN cards by business centers. Plus, trending news in the world of sports. Hello and thanks for joining us on Panorama, reaching you live from Abuja. I'm Zenret Dingmun. Good news for the Nigerian youths, as President Bola Tinubu has officially launched the Nigerian Youth Academy, designed to empower young Nigerians. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
The Academy will focus on three critical areas: education and skills development, economic empowerment, and leadership and civic engagement.
A dream come true for Nigerian youth, a promise kept by the president, and the event was complemented with a start-up package of 1 million naira to 6 beneficiaries, one from each geopolitical zone, aimed at empowering young Nigerians through vocational and innovative skills.
Yet we must acknowledge the challenges that persist. Nigeria's human capital index ranking remains below its potential, with youth unemployment and learning poverty presenting critical barriers to progress. These statistics are just not numbers. They reflect lives disrupted, dreams deferred, and futures left uncertain. The Nigerian Youth Academy is our commitment to changing this narrative.
NIA speaks to the aspirations directly of over 60 million Nigerian youth. I think those between the age of 18 and say 35, within our borders and across the diaspora, who are hungry for knowledge, skills, and of course opportunity.
Our goal with NIA is that in 2 years, we would deliver at least a youth with 2 skills of over 5 million Nigerian youths that we can get. And our mantra again for this is 1 youth, 2 skills.
On the 10th of March this year, the president inaugurated a committee for the National Youth Conference, a platform to address the diverse challenges and opportunities confronting young Nigerians, who constitute more than 60% of the population, all in creating a pathway for a brighter tomorrow. The government is also implementing several other youth-centric programs, including the 3 Million Technical Talents Program, the Nigerian Education Loan Fund. In addition, the upcoming Renewed Hope Labor Employment and Empowerment Program, aimed at facilitating the creation of 2.5 million jobs, directly and indirectly. From the State House, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
The Nigerian Air Force air component of Operation Hadinkai has executed devastating airstrikes on a terrorist enclave north of Chiralia, a known hideout within the notorious Timbuktu Triangle, in the neutralization of gun trucks, significantly disrupting terrorist activities in the region. Deputy Director of Public Relations and Information following action in engage the targets, unleashing whilst cause of terrorism unwavering commitment to dismantling and providing critical air support to ground with resolute in its counter-terrorism efforts, ensuring and stability across the Northeast. And the economic and financial crimes aspects at a to recruit more citizens into the code-named special training for new generation billionaire by obtaining a form the promoters called independent operation in collaboration with officers and men of 176 Guards Battalion, Nigerian Army. Suspects will be arraigned before a competent court jurisdiction. Now, the national indiscriminate printing of unauthorized so-called of the public exorbitant fee and communication authorized anyone or any organization to print any card in place of the general purpose card, warning number 23 of 2000. Agencies have been notified of made to face the full wrath of the law. The Commission reiterates that the NIN slip is the only legal document authorized as a means, and it must another 25 lives out of the 224 cases.
There has been outbreak of meningitis recently in the neighboring Kebbi state with a disturbing number of deaths. In Sokoto State, Tambol, that shares borders with Aleru, Gwandu, and the Jega local government areas of Kebbi State, is the worst hit with 193 reported. About 25 have been treated and discharged, while still health government surveillance officers an alert and awareness campaign has been launched to make the people of the state of the deadly disease.
Them are effectively and professionally in the
during the outbreak. The general public are advised to avoid overcrowding at night, sleep in well-ventilated places, identify and report unusual symptoms such as back pain, excessive body temperature, stiffness. The Ministry of Health and stakeholders is in Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Meanwhile, 1 billion naira has been added to the pool of funds for the treatment of tuberculosis in Nigeria. The donation is coming from the Renewed Hope Initiative as First Lady Oluremi Tinubu visits Soka village in Abuja to mark this day. State House correspondent Adeni Taiwo reports.
With one person said to die from tuberculosis every 7 minutes in Nigeria, Global TB reports are far from cheering. As the global and national Stop TB champion, Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu is conscious and worried by them enough to engage on of this year's celebration. Yes, we can deliver. She renewed her call for funding and stronger coalition to boost advocacy.
Government has prioritized ensuring that TB treatment remains and religious leaders, legislators, non-governmental organizations, and international partners to join forces in this fight.
To further strengthen the fight, she promised to amplify the voices of TB survivors, fight against stigma, and ensure that marginalized groups have equal access to TB care.
At this juncture, I would like to pledge an additional sum of 1 billion naira from the Renewed Hope Initiative towards the fight against tuberculosis in Nigeria. To our health workers, volunteers, community and religious leaders, your dedication is the backbone of this fight. I thank you.
Your Excellency, you have helped us tremendously to communicate to Nigerians unambiguously that TB is not a death sentence. It can be prevented.
By bringing the campaign and advocacy against TB to South community is fundamental to mitigate the impact of the disease and eliminate any associated stigma in vulnerable populations.
The First Lady also facilitated the establishment of a primary health center in Soka village as their first fruit for embracing the Stop TB campaign. From Soka village in Abuja, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
The Nigerian Correctional Service has announced the tragic death of Senior Correctional Assistant Shuaibu King David, who lost his life during an escape incident at the Medium Security Custodial Center, Kotonkarfe, Kogi State, on March 24th. The late officer was reportedly trying to prevent inmates from escaping when he was killed. A statement from the service indicates that the Acting Controller General of Corrections, Sylvester Nwakuche, has expressed condolences to his family and colleagues, describing his sacrifice as proof of his dedication to national security. The service says it is working with security agencies to recapture the remaining fleeing inmates and is strengthening security across all custodial centers to prevent future incidents. We'll pause here for some messages. Panorama continues thereafter. Please stay tuned. Thanks for staying tuned. Now, contractors back to site for the reconstruction of the 125-kilometer Benin-Asaba Expressway. Let's hear from Kenneth Nani.
The 125-kilometer Benin-Asaba dual carriageway will serve as a major link between the southeast, south-south, and some parts of the southwest of Nigeria, connecting vibrant economic regions of the country. President Tinubu, represented by Governor of Edo State, notes that the federal government has prioritized infrastructure development, especially road construction, as a catalyst for economic transformation.
We are gateway to the nation.
Minister of Works David Umahi is optimistic that the project will enhance transportation, economic growth, and regional integration.
There is no section from Lokoja, to Benin, to Warri, to Bayelsa, to Rivers, to Akwa Ibom, and to Cross River. There is no section that the President is not working on.
Major stakeholders in the areas appreciated effort of the current administration towards infrastructure development. Kenneth Nani, NTA News.
The intelligence response team of the Nigeria Police Force has intercepted a group of suspected kidnappers on their way to Benin from Abuja between Kogi and Edo states. In a fierce encounter, the kidnappers were overpowered by the police, leading to the arrest of 7 suspects. Francis Form reports that at a briefing in Abuja, the Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi says among the items recovered from the suspects were one AK-47 rifle, one British DSS rifle, 2 pump-action guns, and 2 single-barrel guns. He notes that between February and March, the force has achieved a significant milestone in crime prevention and law enforcement.
557 murder/homicide suspects, 286 rape suspects, 276 suspected cultists, and recovery of 333 various firearms. The force was also able to recover 200 stolen vehicles and rescue 324 victims of kidnapping.
Reaffirming its commitment to public safety, the Nigerian police force is to intensify operations against criminal elements nationwide. Now, the commencement of hearing before the Federal High Court on the civil matter filed by the suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduaghan against the Senate President has been stalled. The development is due to the recusal of the presiding judge, Justice Obiora Egwata. Justice Egwata recused himself from the matter due to what he described as allegation of bias from one of the respondents in the matter. Meanwhile, the interlocutory application challenging the jurisdiction of the Federal High Court to entertain the Natasha suit before the Court of Appeal Abuja Division has been adjourned to April 7, 2025. The 3-man panel of appellate court gave the order in an appeal filed by the President of the Senate, Senator Godswill Akpabio. Now, there is no going back on the March 26th deadline for submission of proposals for state creation in the ongoing Constitution review. House of Representatives Committee on the exercise stated this while receiving a repackaged proposal for the creation of Edo State out of the present Niger State. The proponents expressed optimism that its latest proposal will meet constitutional requirements for state creation, given the economic potentials and landmass of the proposed Edo State that will comprise 8 local governments in the present Niger State.
Everything that you require when you talk about potentials, when you talk about natural endowment, when you talk about a state that will add, not take away from the center, believe you me, Edo State qualifies.
31 proposals for state creation earlier received by the House Committee failed to meet constitutional requirements, hence the extension of deadline to March 26, 2025. Now, digital skills for civil servants will increase productivity. Now, this informs the collaboration between the Jigawa State Government and the Korea International Cooperation Agency to organize a 2-day program to strengthen e-governance for improved service delivery. Mohammed Musa Askira reports.
A training program organized by the Jigawa State ICT and Digital Economy Office in conjunction with the Office of the Head of Civil Service is designed to enhance the digital capacity, morale and confidence of senior civil servants while aligning with the state government's commitments to leveraging technology for holistic development. Speaking at the event, the technical advisor to the governor on ICT, Dr. Rislan Kanya, emphasized that Governor Umar Namadi is setting the pace in critical areas of development, particularly through the adoption of technology to drive governance and service delivery.
Korea have a very comprehensive program targeting Tibet, and this is one agenda of His Excellency. And I've seen a lot of activities going on around that. So we hope going forward we will leverage what we are doing.
Let us continue to work collectively to build a digitally empowered governance system that enhances service delivery and fosters national development.
In his remarks, Governor Umar Namadi reaffirmed his administration's dedication to improving governance efficiency through e-governance initiatives.
I will reaffirm our commitment to investing in digital infrastructure, fostering innovation, and ensuring that the government is in the forefront of e-governance adoption in Nigeria. As we look forward to a strengthening partnership and collaboration with Kokia beyond the realm of ICT.
This partnership between Jigawa State governments and the Korea International Cooperative Agency, stakeholders believe, marks a significant step forward in digital transformation of the state, paving a way for improved governance and economic growth in the state. From Duty, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
And up next is Sports Update.
The Eric Chel Tutot Super Eagles will attempt to consolidate its standing on the table of Group C of the 2026 World Cup qualifier Tuesday, when the team hosts its counterparts from Zimbabwe. The Eagles will ride on the 2-0 win over Rwanda last Friday to secure another 3 points in search of the World Cup ticket.
The last time we played against Rwanda, we can see the performances and also we can see the will from the players that they really needed that game, and I don't expect anything short of it.
It is not just winning narrowly, scoring goals. It might be goals that will determine who qualifies from the group at the end of the day.
We have a very good coach who wants to make history with the team because he is endowed with one of the best players in the whole world.
It will be not easy because Zimbabwe have a good team.
In other Group C matches involving Rwanda against Lesotho, a loss for Rwanda and a draw is most favorable for the Eagles, as it will keep Rwanda within reach and prevent Lesotho from leapfrogging further. A draw or loss in the match involving South Africa and Benin Republic will reopen the race for the top spots. And in grassroots sports development, the National Sports Commission has confirmed that President Bola Tinubu will officially flag off the Unity Touch movement at a ceremony scheduled for Tuesday, March 25, 2025 at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. The Commission described the Unity Touch as a symbol of peace and unity, emphasizing its significance in fostering national cohesion. In beach soccer, as the 2025 Nigeria Beach Soccer League starts on the 31st of March in Benin Kebbi, participating teams are looking forward for upsets and readiness to dethrone the current champion. And in tennis, Ima Raducanu danced through to her first ever Miami Open quarterfinal with a straight set victory over Amanda Anisimova. The 22-year-old raced to her first set lead in double quick time before eventually wrapping up the match with a 6-1, 6-3 triumph. With Sports Update, Olumide Eguntola, NTA News.
And that's it on Panorama today. Thanks for sharing your time with us. I'm Zenret Dingmun.